Hi, everyone. This is Jeff Clark in beautiful Vancouver, sunny Vancouver at the Metals Investor Forum. And one of the companies I invited on my panel that I've been invested in and I'm kind of excited about has a brand new CEO, Derek Iwanaka, CEO of Prince Silver Corp. So we're going to talk about that. But Derek, thanks for joining me here at the Metals Investor Forum.
Thank you so much for having me. First time.
Yeah, great, great. So I like to start with the people and the background, their background that's behind this company, because it kind of all flows from there. So
Sure.
pretty good team here that's behind it. So first, tell us about you and your background, and then let's go into the team a little bit and who's really behind this.
Sure. I mean, I spent almost half my career with the BIMA, B2 Gold, and then B Metals Group. So with
Yeah.
Clive Johnson and the team there.
Yeah.
So a good chunk of my career was with that group. So a producing kind of background. I was with the Discovery Group for nearly 4 years. So with John Robbins and Jim Peterson.
Oh, some big names there.
Good experience there. And then with Keith Newmeyer and the First Majestic guys, we started up a company called First Mining Gold, which Dan Wilton is now running. So
Yeah.
had I think a pretty good run with various companies, but this is the first shot at the CEO role.
Very good. Some good names there. So tell us about the rest of the team that's behind Prince Silver.
Sure. Most people probably are familiar with Ralph Shearing. So Ralph Shearing's been around for a long time. I'm sure you know him quite well. So he was running a company called Luca Mining and is still running a company called Gold Group, but he's also a president here with Prince. So he's kind of taken me under his wing, and he's been kind of showing me the ropes for the CEO role, and he's been really instrumental in the company's upbringing and still is very involved. But he is the CEO of Gold Group, so that's still his his mainstay.
But it was him that came across this JORC report. It's called an Australian exploration target of this asset,
Right.
and really liked what he saw. Thought he could not only prove it up, but that there was a lot more potential there for many more ounces at the Prince Silver project. So tell us about this Prince Silver project, because this is obviously the focus of the company.
Yeah, originally, so there was a previous operator called Stampede Metals that came up with this JORC compliant. It's called a exploration target, but it's essentially like a very loose, I guess, resource estimate.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe one step below what would be we consider an inferred resource.
Okay.
But it gave you a pretty good idea of what potentially is there. And so far, the drilling that we've done so far has exceeded actually our expectations on that. So maybe that JORC target was actually underestimating where it could potentially get to.
Well, I remember there was a range in that report.
That's correct.
But I think you guys are finding at the upper end of that range.
I sure like to hope so. And so far, the drilling seems to be indicating that direction.
Yes. So tell us about the drilling you're going to be doing this year. What's happening with Prince here in 2026?
So we have a program that's ongoing right now. It's with one RC drill rig, and a second rig just arrived on site and it's starting to turn. So that's going to mean more results and faster results. So we want to, obviously it's a very good market right now and we want to deliver results as fast as we can, especially if they're good results. So from what I'm hearing from the team on site, everything seems to be going very well. Drilling is going much better than it was actually at the beginning of the year, and so much faster. And you'll probably start to see more results coming out in the next 3 weeks. So we're really looking forward to that. I wish it was sooner, and we're going to try to get the labs to go sooner if they can, but kind of probably 3 weeks.
Yeah, which is fine. The labs are a little backed up everywhere, I think, these days. But
that's the curse of a hot market. But anyways, I'll take the hot market any day.
Yeah, right. And then is this part of a bigger program? Is this a phase 1 program?
This is just a phase 1 program for now.
Okay.
And then very likely, considering the drilling is going so well, it will roll into a second phase. You could almost call it an expanded first phase, but we'll call for now anyways a second phase.
Right. And what kind of results are typical here in terms of grade and meterage and that? Like, what should investors be looking for? What can we reasonably expect to try to hit as a goal?
So, if you look at that historical JORC target, they were looking at 100 grams per ton silver, but the results that we just put out last week, every single one of those exceeded by a large margin, actually, that 100 grams per ton. So again, is it going to be better? Sure, it's only 5 holes. And yes, we do have a lot more work to do. But the way that things are going, that looks like it might have been quite conservative. And, we'll see what the next results come back with, because that could easily change. But my gut feeling is, and based on what the drillers and the geologists on site are telling me, we should be kind of expecting on the upside.
Yeah, that's great. And I know Ralph has told me that he expected there could be 100 million ounces silver equivalent here.
Yes.
At this project. He thinks there could be even more. So the potential here is pretty big. Am I right?
Well, when you're at 40 million market cap and you look at some of the developers that have resources of 100 million plus, most of them are going to be in the 200, 300, maybe even 400 million market cap area. So, I mean, if we can get up to 100 million ounces plus, which it looks like we can do.
Yeah, a lot of potential for the stock.
It's pretty exciting times right now.
Yeah.
And I hope, anyways, and history will tell us, but I think this is going to be cheap times.
Yeah, very good. It's a stock that really hasn't quite left the station yet.
No, exactly.
A lot of stocks are running, and this one hasn't left yet.
Exactly.
So the potential's there for someone to get a really good price on the stock.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You kind of took the words right out of my mouth. It hasn't quite left the station yet, and so we have gone up a little bit, but not. I mean, if typically, why would you get into a mining stock? Is because you're going to be leveraged to these metals, and the silver price has far exceeded actually our share price. So actually, we haven't seen that leverage kick in yet for us.
Yeah, I like that word. Yeah. Now there is manganese on the property.
Yes.
Tell us about that, because you're actually doing some testing on that now.
We are. Yeah, manganese is a little bit of a mouthful. So I actually didn't even know what manganese was. I was getting it mixed up with magnesium before this. But anyways, manganese, I'm starting to bone up on it and learn quite a bit. And so there is definitely a shortage of the manganese around. There's no operating manganese mines in the United States.
Wow.
It is in the critical minerals list, so that USGS list that people talk about. It is included in that. So it's a critical mineral. There's not a lot of it out there, and especially in the United States domestically. So we think that there's a real opportunity to, reap the benefits of being in that list, because that could lead to either funding from the government, or potentially expediting the permitting for it as well, which, by the way, we're in Nevada. It's not a tough district typically to operate in anyways from a permitting perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're doing some testing on that now, though. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
So tell us about that, because those results will be coming up fairly soon.
I don't know if the results will be fairly soon, but the work is already ongoing. So we actually started at the end of 2025. So we sent a whole bunch of samples that were from a 2012 drill program. So that material has been shipped over to the labs. We're using the same lab as a company called Aftermath Silver. So Aftermath Silver, you might be familiar with. They have manganese and silver, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. So it is a bit of a Rubik's Cube. You need to solve exactly how you get the best recoveries of it. And so we've started on that early. I know we're kind of at the exploration stage, but we need to kind of solve that puzzle sooner.
I love that you're trying to solve that puzzle now, so people can see that, because I know other deposits like Aftermath have had manganese, and they've been able to make it work.
Correct.
So this is definitely possible. This is not a negative. It could very well be a positive for the company.
I actually literally just outside, we met with the owner of the lab, and he goes, oh yeah, we've done this before. In fact, he's going to send me an example that he's already working on in Nevada right now. And he said, yeah, we already just figured it out right now. So that made me feel a lot better.
Absolutely.
That in itself made this conference worthwhile to come to.
Oh yeah, you could be selling manganese, you could be selling silver. I mean, this could really be something here someday. So
it's exciting.
Tell us about your cash level real quick, and where you're at and financially.
Officially, at the end of the last financial quarter, we had $5 million. As of today, I'd say we're sitting at around $4 million Canadian. So that funds us for the whole program that we're doing right now. It would even fund a little bit into the next phase of drilling. Oh, okay. So we're pretty good right now for cash.
If you do another raise, be sure and call Jeff, because he just might be interested.
Jeff, yeah, sure. I'd be happy to.
I really like this stock. I'm really behind it. So I hope you'll check out Prince Silver Corp. It is a stock that presents an opportunity to you because it has not left the station yet. So Derek, thanks for joining me, and thank you for joining me here at the Metals Investor Forum.